The Xbox 360, the PS3, the PS1 are all cheaper than this device. Like, how is that possible? This is the original Steam Deck. This is the original handheld gaming device. Solid mind here, and today we are asking the question, should you buy the Nokia N-Gage? This is a pretty old, handheld gaming device slash phone. What's that, 21 years old now? So let's find out if you guys should buy it in 2024.
So I'm sure you're all familiar, obviously, with Nokia. It's a phone company that has been around for a very, very long time. And they decided to make a handheld console, which is also a phone. So obviously,
A handheld console, which is a phone. I guess this is the early days. I know there is quite a few gaming phones that are out there now. But I guess this is super early. This is all three. 21 years ago. So early days, very early days.
a lot of phones come with games in them, but this one actually came with some games where, you could buy games in a shop, just like a handheld console. The boxes are really, really, really cool. This is one here for Tomb Raider.
It's a fun game to play. Very fun.
To be honest, there was some pretty big named games that came out on the N-Gage.
Hold on. Sorry, I gotta go back for a little bit.
To be honest, there was some pretty big...
So these look the same as SD cards. Is it basically running the games on SD cards? Is that all it is?
Big named games that came out on the N-Gage. Sonic the Hedgehog, Monkey Ball. There's some really, really big... Obviously, Tomb Raider. Quite a lot of games. Call of Duty, I believe, as well, even came out. And they were in these really, really small sort of...
I'm gonna make the assumption that it's not gonna be every game that came out on this, because there's quite a lot of games that were out in that time anyway, but the main ones are at least there, so that's good.
Even smaller than a PS Vita type case, almost the size of like a Game Boy Pocket, a little bit wider. So yeah, really, really cool. I think 2 on top is like the regular DVD size case. So awesome stuff there. And inside, it's quite nice. You get... if I can open it, you get the game, which sort of looks like it's on an SD card, but it's on something called an MMC card, which is just a slightly thinner sort of format.
Yeah, very similar to an SD card. I'm guessing based upon the time when it came out, that was one of the most advanced cards you could have. So not bad.
Basically the same thing. It fits in an SD card slot. It came with a manual, which most of them were in full color and have really nice little pictures and stuff. It came with a sort of a generic N-Gage installation guide thing, and then it came with these little sort of SD card cases, which say N-Gage on them. Really, really cool. Very similar to the Giz.
Let me get my camera out so you guys can see what I mean. Hey, little camera. Can you guys even see it? There she is. All right, so on my camera, oh, it's actually on. I have this. Can you guys see that? I have a pretty fast SD card. This one is 65 gigs. This is 95 megabytes per second, class 10. So this little card cost me around £30. I'm not kidding. This costs around £30. Yes, I got it like 7 years ago when it was pretty expensive, but this basically allows you, when you're taking photos, to have some of the fastest read and write speeds out there on a DSLR. Obviously now there's SLRs. In terms of this era and this time scale, it's looking like they're using similar technologies. My guess is if it can accept SD cards, then you can get an SD card like mine and then just download a game to play it on this. So that could be maybe one reason that gets in a Nokia N-Gage. Might make sense.
Mondo, which I imagine sort of copied this. So obviously this is a phone, but we're not going to really be looking at the phone aspect of it because I review handheld consoles, not phones. So let's go ahead and check out what's in the box. So we have a couple of manuals underneath. This is one for the different games. So actually this will give us a good chance to have a look at some of the games. So yeah, here we go. Ashen.
Okay. So we got Sims. That's not bad. Crash. Tiger Woods. That's not bad actually. And that all comes together. It's not
Sims,
bad.
Crash Bandicoot, EA Sports. Bomberman was even a game on this thing. Pathway to Glory, apparently a very, very good game.
Nice.
Ghost Recon.
Yes.
What other? Rayman 3.
That's a lot of games.
Requiem of Hell. FIFA. Trying to think of some more sort of... I mean, all of these are big names. Sonic N. It was the only N-Gage Sonic game that was released, but it's a very, very good game.
Pro Soccer.
Red Factions.
Pro Soccer is PES. So it's an old... I think you can still get PES. PES is Pro Evolution Soccer. Back in the day, it was either you get FIFA or PES. If money was tight, you get PES. If you want to play the proper game, you get FIFA. Now it's called FC. So let's go.
Pandemonium, Tony Hawk, Monkey Ball, NBA
Nice.
Slam. I mean, just loads of them. Really, really
is
good.
a lot of
And then
games.
you've also got a huge manual because obviously this thing is a
Yeah, but who reads manuals anyway?
phone. There's also a charger,
Standard.
some little
Headphones.
Nokia N-Gage headphones, which are quite awful looking. Really, really awful looking, in fact. I think that would probably hurt if you put that in your ear for longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Interestingly, this one came with like a not for sale dev VCR little MMC card. Here it is, the little N-Gage. There was 2 models of the N-Gage. The first one sort of looked like a taco, apparently, and it was nicknamed the taco, and it had the earpiece and the microphone here. So in order to call, you actually held it like that, which is quite
That would be very strange, actually.
embarrassing. It's got all of the standard buttons you'd see on a phone, but these 2 sort of clear buttons are the action buttons. It's got a sort of portrait display, and
It reminds me a little bit of the handhelds that we have today. This is the original Steam Deck. You know, this is the original handheld gaming device. 20 something years ago. Because this is a phone and a handheld, and obviously it's small, it's tiny, but it's like the PS Vista. This is the originator in a way, I would say, as in, yes, there were handhelds that were there beforehand that were better quality, but this, I guess, reminds me of our current handhelds that we have right now. So far so good. You know what? Let's do this. Let's have some gameplay and see if it's worth getting.
by Sega, which is very, very nice. The screen is very, very nice quality. So a couple of things I should say about this. People have sort of compared it to a portable PlayStation 1 type
It makes sense. It has the same type of games as well.
deal. That's the sort of graphics that we're dealing with. Another quite awkward thing is if you want any volume, there's no dedicated volume button. I don't like that at all. In order to turn up the volume, you have to go into the options in each game, and then
To be fair, this is early days. Early days, so we can't expect much.
turn up the music. So yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? Let's go back now, saving, and now we should have some volume. There we go. I'm sure most of you know how Super Monkey Ball works, but you just sort of like rock almost like you're rocking the platform that you're on to get the little monkey who's in a ball through the goal. It's sort of like a very, very basic game, but it works very, very well on the N-Gage.
That's not too bad.
So there we go, yeah, that's Super Monkey Ball. I'm not going to play any more of that because it doesn't really get any different.
Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Okay, now let's look at the price, because price is important. as you can clearly see, it's not the cheapest actually. I think the Xbox 360, the PS3, the PS1 are all cheaper than this device. Like, how is that possible? £90, £75, £99. You know what? Let me do this. Let me look at what has been sold. Come on. Yes. Use. That's how you can see. So sold and completed items. Okay, let's see. Okay. I have seen some for £25, as you can clearly see. It's Ireland. So with shipping, £30-40 isn't too bad. The games are pretty expensive as well. £20. That's a dummy. 150, and it's been sold. Wow. Okay. 35. Not working. Okay. Got it. So if you want a working condition one, you're looking around like £70 to £150. If you want one that's like not working, 30-40. I'm surprised how much this cost actually, but is it worth getting? My answer is no. It's no. You can get emulation devices on much newer, hardware with USB-C with all these games for under £100. I know there's that nostalgia feeling, but that's not where I'm headed. Anyway, guys, I wouldn't buy it, would you? Or do you have it? And the games are like £20-30. £15 is not bad, still. Xbox 360 games are cheaper than this. Maybe because now it's gone into the retro element. The prices have gone up. But still, would you guys buy it? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.